In response to questions from Ms. Ward, she asked you what Pohaku Kane meant. And you said unity, it represents unity of men.
I don't recall me saying it exactly like that. But I know it unifies our Kanaka.
Okay.
Kane.
So for some reason, where I grew up, Pohaku Kane meant hard-headed man.
Okay. I don't know where you grew up, but I grew up in some pretty hard-headed times.
Okay. And the last thing I want to say is that you've been a good member of the intervener group, and I know they call you, what you call yourself, Pohaku Kane, but in my eyes it's Pohaku Niho Kane. Thank you.
Mahalo. Mahalo nui loa.
Mr. Freitas, if you would like to address some of the questions that were asked of you, this is your opportunity to do that. Explain what you feel like you need to explain.
Exhibit A-159. These particular rocks in Ahu that were positioned on the access way was the day after the 24th, June 24th, 2015, when we succeeded in preventing further desecration. As far as the rocks put on the road, I have not one knowledge, I don't have any knowledge of any rocks put on the road, except at the access way to the proposed TMT site. The rocks that I identified that I do know about were removed off the road, and there was efforts to help opening the access way for the public. And just to retract on that, the efforts of our people during those days, that time, was to prevent only the developers from going up the mountain, no one else. We did, the reason why I can identify those rocks that Mr. Manat had presented is because I helped remove the rocks off the road. I participated in the necessary protocols to remove an ahu off the road, because an ahu is something we don't touch, especially if you don't know who built it. And the reason why I participated in that is because of public safety, and so that the road could be open. And because of my experience, and I did not express this, but it's in my WDT, learning and watching my mom, Josephine T. Ahuna, and my auntie Iolani Luahine, and all the other uncles and aunties as they did things that was necessary to protect those who were going to be directly involved or directly in the path of these things. And the items that were necessary for me to collect, I had to make sure I had those items to do the proper protocol, to protect everyone that touched those rocks, especially that ahu that was on the road, was removed one rock at a time, humbly, reverently, and spiritually, in respect to those who built it, because I had no knowledge of who built it. So I put my life on the line to remove an ahu that didn't belong to me. And I don't know. if I did the right thing, but I'm still here, so I'm really serious about these things because it can come back. And who? On me, my family. So I need to make sure I'm in line with the things that I was taught and the things that I have seen as I grew up as a little boy. And I saw things that needed necessary attention, and my mom did it. She got the necessary people that needed to do to help me get through the times that that was facing me. And so I know that the particular ahus on the site of TMT cannot be touched. The reason being, because I don't know all the people and their mana and their spirit that went into that. And with that said, the ahu should be is sealed from this day forward. Those ahus will not be touched until such time that the kupunas tell me is touched. And for further reference, for further testimony, I had moments by myself at the particular ahu T-3.B, and the kupuna spirits told me to not touch that area any further. And that's all I can say. And I'm going to do the best to protect everyone, including the developers, to please do not touch that area and the area around it, because the kupuna upright stones and all the kupuna ahu that is there is our kupuna, is markers of where they are in those areas. You will not know where they are until you bulldoze the place, such as the archaeologists say. They don't know until it's bulldozed. So don't touch the place. Do not move forward on this project. And that's all I can say. That's what the kupuna spirit told me. And I'm just trying to protect people. Mahalo.
Mr. Freitas, thank you very much. You're witness number 71. You're the last one, and you are released.
Mahalo nui loa. I'd like to thank Miss, just because this is the way I feel. I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for your sternness. And I've learned a lot. Mahalo. Okay, Apau.
Let's give a couple of minutes for Mr. Freitas to return to his seat. Mr. Fergerstrom, thank you for your patience. We will repeat the dates first, so I didn't forget. Okay.
So, Judge, before we adjourn.
We're not going to adjourn yet.
Oh, okay. I know, but before we move on to the housekeeping matters.
Yes.
I understand that Mr. Freitas is rested.
Thank you.
For the record, I rest. Not my case, though.
And that being the case, I'm going to declare that the testimonial evidence of this hearing is closed.